I got dozens and dozens and dozens of links to a video dealing with the time that you were a physician. This was a black fellow whose wife was in distress, giving birth, and they were having trouble finding a doctor who was willing to give them service, and by implication, because he was black and she was a white lady, that she was having trouble finding an emergency physician. Here's the sound of some of this.
It was between 1972 and 73, but it was still a lot of prejudice around this area. My wife was sick, and I was trying to get some attention for her. Nobody came to check. They just left her there. Well, I believe I was left there because of the difference, me being black and her being white, and every time I would say something to the head nurse, she would get pretty upset. And then she finally called the Freeport Police Department, said I was harassing her. And I mean, I didn't know anything to do. Well, then Ron Paul come to my rescue. He just stepped in and went to work with my wife. And after he seen her, I'd say no more than 10 minutes later, she had a stillborn boy child. And he said as far as the bill, he would take care of everything, which he did. I never got a bill from the hospital or anything. And he was a doctor of medicine, and that's what he was doing, was practicing medicine, and it didn't matter who and what and why.
That's an amazing story. Wow. I can see that kind of an emotional effect on you.
Yeah, it did. It was sort of touching thinking about, sometimes you get banged over the head mercilessly, and you think, oh, boy, they're making me sound like I'm a terrible person. I just saw this a little while ago. It wasn't put out by our campaign.
Okay.
I'm amazed at how they found that. If you would have asked me to go back and find somebody like that, I wouldn't know. That is what I thought my responsibilities were. But I never had the knowledge of how grateful he was, and to me that's magnificent.
After all this time.